Hi, Jen Sprague here, your Transformational Health Coach, here to share a little bit about regulating our nervous system because your body probably isn't just tired, you might be stuck in a stress loop. In a stress loop, my friends, that will affect our body composition, our sleep, our ability to handle stress throughout the day. So let's say no to stress loops. There's some simple things we do. There's some basically buttons to push in our body that we just probably were never taught. And when you learn some of those simple tricks, you can start to be a little bit more resilient towards stress in your everyday life. One of those is my favorite thing, which is deep breathing. I know it sounds stupid or cliche or simple, but it is. There's a button to push in your body, and deep breathing pushes that button. So, if you're like me, who likes a little bit of science background, let's look at why deep breathing actually can help you manage your stress. So, I think we should all just do it because I'm here and I can help us. So, let's start off with a deep breath. So, we like to start by emptying your lungs. So, just push out the air, use your belly button muscles to push the air out. Exhale. And then when you inhale, inhale into the belly, the lowest part of your lungs. Let your belly expand outward. And then let your rib cage expand. And then finally your collarbones. And you can hold it. And then when you exhale, exhale from the top down, the reverse order. Exhale from your collarbones and then your rib cage and then your belly. And do that a few more times. I'm going to do it with you. Pushing the air out at the end with your abdominal muscles, pulling that belly button in and up. And then inhale right into that belly button space. So we have a nerve, the vagus nerve, which maybe you've heard of. Vagus means wandering because it wanders through your body. It exits through the second vertebrae and then it comes down along your carotid arteries, down into along your lungs, your heart, and then down into the organs. But there's a solar plexus. You've heard of your solar plexus before. It's actually a bundle of nerves. And that's the button that we get to push when you're breathing deep. So the vagus nerve is wandering down and it is picking up all the mechano movements that are occurring because of your breath, the mechanics of your breath. It's got these mechanoreceptors, so it can tell when your body is moving. And if just your upper lungs are moving, your upper chest, what signature is that? Is that the signature of stress or calm alpha state? That's the signature of stress. Yeah, we're all familiar with that. Shallow breathing, holding my breath, years of it I did before I was aware. But when you breathe deeper and you let the receptors get triggered all the way down to your solar plexus, that's diaphragmatic breathing. When you breathe in the lowest part of your lungs, your diaphragm pushes down in your belly and your belly pushes out. It's near that solar plexus. So that solar plexus is getting basically a massage. It's getting pushed. It's like a button that you're literally pushing to tell your nervous system, this is the signature of calm, zen, less stress. This is the signature of relaxation. So that's why deep breathing is literally a button that you're pushing in your body to switch from that fight, flight, stress reaction into rest, digest, creative think reaction, parasympathetic. So, um, moving through my day, I mean, there's so many places that I use this. When I wake up in the morning, there's breathing exercises that I do specifically to create an alpha state in my body, in my brain. And that's the other key that I really like to remember when I'm thinking about the science. So, yes, there's the physiology of the vagus nerve, which is the on off switch for stress or relaxation. And then there's the alpha state. The brain waves can be measured, and you've heard of delta, theta, alpha, beta, gamma. Those are the different brain waves that are signatures of different states of being in your nervous system. And the beta state is most of our waking day. That's where we reside. It's critical thinking, logical thinking, but also it's the amped up tunnel vision. I have anxiety, I have stress or worry or fear, versus the alpha state just below that, slower wavelength, which is the meditative state. But in the meditative state, that's where we have access to creativity. That's where I think of as like the download zone or the zone in general, or being in flow. We want to be in the alpha state more regularly, and that requires parasympathetic nervous system. And that's the deep breathing. So not only does the deep breathing turn us from sympathetic stress into parasympathetic relaxed, but it also is helping to allow the alpha state in our brain and our consciousness so you have access to creative problem solving, so you can make better decisions. If you think about that, how do you make choices when you are stressed? Me, I make rash decisions. I make poor choices. I'm starving and hungry and angry. I eat whatever's in front of me versus I'm relaxed and calm and regulated. And I make healthy choices that are aligned with who I truly want to be, the identity that I choose. So it might seem like a simple thing, this deep breathing, but it is the gateway to your conscious living, the gateway to the identity that you choose, the gateway to sleeping better. And if you sleep better, body composition, you naturally lose weight and gain muscle. And then there's a lot of other factors involved in that too. But you absolutely cannot lose belly fat or fat in general when you're in the stressed out sympathetic state. So start with breathing. It's free and you can do it all day long, anytime you catch yourself. And some of my clients will put the timer on for specific times during the day to remind themselves to stop what they're doing and take 5 diaphragmatic breaths. It's like filling a glass with water and then emptying the glass with water. And you can think of it however you like, different visuals, but the visuals also help your body relax. So if I'm thinking about nice, cool glass, refreshing glass of water that I'm filling up and then drinking down, feeling nourished, you can think of receiving nourishment with your inhale and letting go of stress with your exhale, whatever helps you actually commit to the practice. Because what is the good of knowing if you don't actually practice it? So I challenge us all to do the deep diaphragmatic breathing. It only takes 2 minutes scientifically to switch from sympathetic to parasympathetic. That's 10 breaths. And once you get good at it, just a few breaths and you'll notice the shift already. So train your body to recognize that you are safe and it's okay to be open to big consciousness and creative ideas. We do not have to live in fear and stress. And if this sounds like something you need to get more direction in your life, you want to get out of the stress loop, and you want to apply it in your life, then totally you can direct message me here. Just send me a message, best self, or anything, or ask a question. But of course, you can always sign up for a free discovery session. I love talking about this stuff so we can figure out where you're at, where you want to be, what's in the middle, and maybe one-on-one coaching is right for you. All right. I hope you enjoyed deep diaphragmatic breath. It is the gateway to creative thinking and less stress. We get to get out of the stress loop on purpose. Push your button and enjoy your life. Thanks for watching and subscribe also if you want to, get more alerts. All right. Have a great best self day.